Skyboat Media presents the Dresden Manuscripts, Unearthing an 18th Century Musical Genius by David Wilson. This book is read by Stefan Rudnicki. Prelude. The final chords of the Amen echoed through the immense nave of the Kreuzkirche, the post-war spiritual home of the people of Dresden. I froze. I did not want to lower my hands, so I could treasure this feeling for as long as possible. Although I had conducted hundreds of concerts, this one was deeply personal. It represented the culmination of a dream nurtured for decades. I had just brought to life a work not heard for almost 250 years. I wanted to savor every moment. Someone shouted, "Bravo!" and the spell was broken. The applause, which started as a ripple, began to swell. Before turning to acknowledge the enthusiastic audience, I humbly bowed to the choir. They could tell by the tears in my eyes and the smile on my face how proud I was of their magnificent performance. We had come halfway around the world to give this concert, and the enormity of what we had just accomplished was overwhelming. Judging from the looks on the faces of the singers, I felt they shared the same emotion. As the performers filed out, I retreated to the sacristy behind the altar. I could not stop the tears. As I wept, I began to reflect on how this journey began. A myriad of images flashing before me, as vivid now as they were some 30-odd years ago, when I first embarked on this adventure. Thinking about that moment now, I had so wanted my dream to end differently, but fate was not so kind. Chapter 1. Genesis. Both the humidity and temperature were over 90 on that sultry day in June of 1966 when my journey began. Drenched in sweat, I tumbled out of my trusty Mustang onto the tree-canopied campus. After a hectic 3-day drive, I was eager to get out and stretch my legs. My car didn't have air conditioning. Who needs it when you live on the West Coast? It didn't even have a radio to help me while away the tedious hours of the hurried trip from California to Illinois. What a dumb idea, I thought. But at the time a luxury I could ill afford, living on a high school teacher's salary. Not having bargained on the muggy heat, I opened the door, and it hit me like a blast from a
Sample complete. Ready to continue?